When you choose Bianchi Honda, you can focus on the road before you. Forget the obstacles and feel the road. Focus on being there, being present. Feel in the moment and feel confident in your Honda. Lease the safe and reliable 2019 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive for only $219 per month. Bianchi Honda, your road starts here.
Brad Rzyczycki. Coach, what's up?
Hey, you walked right into that one, huh? That's good. Yeah. How are you, Alex?
Hey, not too shabby.
I just walked off the practice field. It took me like 30 seconds to get over here, so if I'm out of breath, I apologize.
No, I appreciate it. Do you need a minute?
No, I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right, you ready? You're going to push through it? How's practice? How's the energy?
Good. I mean, when you got a bunch of young guys and we made our fair share of mistakes last week, I think they're anxious to get back after it and prove that what we put on the field last week is not going to be, us during the course of the season. So they're excited. Practice has been good. It's been positive. A lot of good energy out there. So we're excited to get on the road this weekend.
If you take the first quarter out of play, how do you think then again, let's not do that. Let's not take the first quarter out of play, but how was the reaction to that first quarter?
I mean, it was more of an emotional learning lesson for this football team. I tell them all the time, it's not what happens during the course of the game, it's how you react to them. And I don't know that we reacted very well to certain things that happened that, we couldn't change them. And momentum was definitely on Westchester's side, and they kind of ran with it after that for a while there. And things got loose on us, but we didn't have the best reaction that we wanted to have. And we've cleaned a lot of things up this week in terms of just where our emotions are, the preparation, how the course of a game goes, their expectations, what needs to happen, because adversity is going to strike at some point during the course of the game, and how we react is really important. And, youth has something to do with it, but, it was some older guys too. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for us from that standpoint, but, I expect to see a much different emotional football team this weekend.
Were you more bothered by mental miscues when it comes to X's and O's schematics, or how about those penalties? I know you don't like those.
No, the penalties bother me more. I mean, obviously we've cut them down from the first week that we had, but the offsides on the extra point field goal, or the field goal in that situation where it could be 10 as opposed to 14. Those things just can't happen anymore. It's something we actually definitely talk about, but we actually cut our penalties in half from where we were the first week.
Nice. You've got another tough test this week, and you'll be without Nico Locke. Can you update us on Nico?
Yeah, Nico had successful surgery. He fractured his clavicle in the long catch, I think 50 or 60-yard catch he had, and he's done. The good thing for Nico is that it happened in game 2, and he gets his medical red shirt off of that still. So right now plans are for him. It's early to come back, but it happened early enough where he's going to get another season out of it. Yeah, but he's done for the year.
As a veteran, like when you're a medical red shirt, are you still able to be around the team?
Absolutely. I mean, Nico's a big part. If there's someone I'm most proud of on this football team for where that kid has come from when we got him in the program, where he is from a mature adult now, and the things that come out of his mouth and what he says, it gives you a lot of gratification as a football coach of taking someone where they can't take themselves. And I think Nico would be the first person to tell you that he's in a different place than he ever was when he first got here as a 17, 18-year-old kid. And, adversity hit him. He could have went a lot of different ways after this fracture because he's worked his tail off, and he's been nothing but positive. He was actually, I think he got out of surgery in about 2 hours. He was back in my office talking to me. I kind of had to steer him to go to bed because he didn't look right because he was still under anesthesia and everything else. But no, he's a great kid, man. We're going to miss him. He's definitely going to be highly involved with his football team during the course of the year.
Is he anything like his brother as he gets older? You had his brother, right?
Yeah, they're different. They're definitely different. I think it's an older brother where Quad was more the older brother, those type of tendencies, and Nico's the younger brother trying to figure it out. So, no, they're different.
All right, Melvin Blanks, how has he kind of evolved, I guess, as he's the feature back, if you will?
Yeah, I thought Zevin Holly ran really well, too, on Saturday. And we got to get Zevin probably more touches during the course of the game. But, it's, week by week as we figure this offense out, and, it still seems to be there's one or two things that we're still missing out for plays that can potentially go long. You saw the long run by Melvin in the third quarter. I think that was the fourth time we ran that counter back over there because of what they were doing defensively and walking the backer out of the box, and the thing sprung. So it's coming, Alex. It's frustrating because we want it to happen faster than it wants to, and one of these weekends it's going to click, and we're expecting it here this weekend.
Well, and you see your way out of this stretch, Westchester, Kutztown. The goal is you got to get those lessons instilled because you turn around and now you're going to face everybody that's tough to beat on your side of things. So I can see why these early games could be so important and why you'd want to play such good teams.
Yeah, the Peacock crossovers those are two really good teams. You're talking about Westchester and Kutztown, both went to the playoffs. Actually, Westchester, no one beat them in the
19-1.
Yeah, that's you got an uphill battle a little bit, but I mean it's great competition for us. I mean we're only going to know where we need to get to, our level of expectation, if we play those teams. So I know that the kids want to play the best competition out there, and Kutztown's a really good football team. They're like Westchester, man. They're well coached. They do things the right way, and they got a lot of seniors and juniors on that football team. So they're gonna be a challenge for us.
This was a fantastic game last year. I think, like a guy like Joey Cox, he would think that there was unfinished business that you've got to deal with this coming weekend. Jimmy Keefe, same deal. Those guys, they almost pulled one out against Kutztown a year ago.
Yeah, we were in it the whole time. It went back and forth. We had some big defensive plays and offensive plays during the course of that game. And I think this is our fourth time playing them. I think they've always been relatively close games. I mean, they're a very disciplined football team. They're not going to beat themselves. So we're going to have to make sure we handle some of the things that our miscues were on Saturday going out there.
A trip like Kutztown, you're prepared for that because you've already been to Southern Connecticut State. So there must be a reason for the way you do things, Coach.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this. I mean, normally when you do have younger guys, they play better on the road. Sometimes with younger emotional kids when they're 18, they kind of press when they're at home. And getting on the road's a little bit easier for them. There's not the pressure part of it where they're playing in front of a lot of people that they know. So having a younger team be on the road is not a bad thing.
See, that makes sense. Mentally, the most comfortable place you can get on the road is on the field. When you're at home, the most comfortable place you can be is in your bed. So I've always thought that somehow that could be a mental edge on the road. But, hey, I'm no football coach.
I agree with you. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to it. You still got to get on the bus and make your way back. But, we're not afraid to go on the road. And the way we played against Southern Connecticut, I expect our guys to show up again.
All right. How do you assess Kutztown, at least on the radio?
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to beat themselves. I mean, they're a really disciplined football team, whether it's offense or defense. I know offensively, their quarterback's a really good one. He puts the ball exactly where it needs to be to the person it needs to be in, depending on what scheme they're seeing. So, I mean, you got to deal with him first. And then, obviously, they got a lot of different skilled people that have been catching balls and running footballs for them for a while now, and an offensive line that's completely back from last year. And defensively, to me, they've gotten better than what they were last year. So they're a complete football team. I know they have some aspirations, and, they're extremely disciplined when you watch them on film. So we can't do things to beat ourselves. We talked a lot about that this week, about making sure we're ending each offensive series with the ball getting kicked, whether it's an extra point, a field goal, or a punt, and not turning it over and making sure that we're not doing things and blowing assignments and hurting ourselves during the course of the game.
Coach, I imagine a lot has changed since your early days in coaching. That said, do kids dance more now than they used to in football? Like every play, not your team, but every football game I watch, they're dancing. Everybody's got a dance move.
Yeah.
What's your take on dancing on a football field?
If you're winning, I guess it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I've told our guys, look, we're not there yet. We need to focus on the 6-second play that's in front of us instead of worrying about anything else before or thereafter. So we need to focus on play-by-play and not get caught up in dancing anywhere.
All right, great stuff. He's Brad Rzyczycki, head coach of the Gannon Golden Knights. Good luck this weekend. Long trip.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right.